Hey everyone, I'm Madan Mohan. Welcome back to my free JavaScript video series. In the last video, we have seen how to play around with variables and constants in JavaScript. Today, I'm going to talk about interactions in JavaScript. If you want to interact with audience, what options that we have and how can we do that? We can make use of alert, prompt and confirm, right? Let's start with alert. So if you observe in the previous video, we have used console.log to get the output. And just because I used console.log, output is displaying in the console. Instead of displaying it onto the console, if you want to display on the web browser, alert is something that we can use of. If you use alert, simply a pop-up will be opened. Inside the pop-up, data will be displayed. If you wanna see, let's alert this sum and see the output. Alert sum is a variable which is holding the data of these two, x plus y. Math will be performed here. 100 plus 200 will get stored inside the sum, and I'm trying to alert the information which is stored inside the sum variable. Now let's see how it displays. Save this. Let's go to the index file and run. See this. This is how the alert box looks like. We can make use of this alert in order to display information to users. This is one way to display, but if you use alert, this is a default alert box inside which user will see the information. And there is nothing that user can perform here. Only one option will be available, that is OK. Once he sees the output, user can simply click on OK so that a pop-up will get disabled. This is about alert. So we can use this alert box in order to display the information to users. In the previous step, if you see, we have declared a variable and we stored the data after performing a math, and we try to lock the sum. Instead, one more way is alert, inside which you can directly add x plus y. So we can actually directly add these two inside the alert as well. You can see the same result. Let me remove this. Else comment. If you want to make this one comment, why? Because one alert is already, I want to make this alert work. So I just want to disable this alert. In case of that, we'll make use of the comments. When you comment this code will be ignored. So it won't be displayed in the results. So how can we comment it? In JavaScript, we can use two slashes in order to comment a single line. In case if you want to comment multiple lines, on that case, one slash star space. I want to comment these two lines. Let's go here. This time star, then slash. Now this is multi-line comment. If you want to comment more than one line, you should supposed to use like this, slash star and star slash at the end. This is how you can do multi-line comments. If it is a single line comment, let me show you. You can simply use this. This line got commented. This is single line comment and this is multi-line commenting. Now I just commented the old version, alert sum. That's what we have seen as an output before. Now I want directly perform math operation on x plus y inside the alert field. Let's check how the output will be. Save and refresh to see this. You can see the same result. So these are the two ways you can do it. This is about alert. Now the next one is prompt. How can we make use of this prompt? Let's say for example, we want to collect information from the user. In alert case, there is no option for user to provide the input. He can see the output inside the alert box and he can close the pop-up. There is no option to provide the input. By using prompt, you can take information from the user by running the program. Let's see how. Let's take an example. I want to collect age of the user. For example, let's type prompt inside which you can ask question inside which what's your age. All right, save this. And before I go for checking the output of this prompt, let me comment this alert. Now my question is, what's your age? I want to collect age from the users. User will find an option to enter his age. Let's check the output. See this. What's your age? And just below it will give us one input field where user can enter the information. You're asking for age. Let's say 28. Okay. That's how you can collect the information from your users. Now, I simply collected the data, but I'm not storing it. In order to store the data, what you can do is you can assign one variable, let age equals to prompt. Now, whatever the information user is going to provide inside the prompt, that information is going to stored in is as a variable. Okay, if you want to check whether it gets stored or not, let me alert this age. Now you can understand whether input is getting stored inside this age or not. So through prompt, we are going to ask user a question, and below the question, user will find an option to add the answer. Once after adding the answer, I want to store that answer into the age variable. I want to store that answer into the variable called age. Now, after storing it into the age, for a confirmation in order to make sure it got stored or not, I am alerting this variable. Now let's see the output. Let me save, refresh. Is 28. Okay, there it is. So whatever the input that you have provided through this prompt, that input is getting stored inside the age variable, and that age is getting displayed here inside the alert box. Let's try the other one. Refresh. Okay, see this. Prompt is allowing user to provide the input. All right. Now the next one is confirm. Using the confirm, user can actually give opinion saying that whether it is true or false. That means you can ask a question. If it is yes, he will choose okay. If not, he will choose the other option. Two options will be provided if you use confirm here. So user can go with the first or second. If it is true, that means if user choose a positive option, then it displays true. And if you choose the negative one, it displays false. Let me show you so that you can understand. Confirm. Let's ask user a question. For example, are you 30 years old? Right? Save this, refresh. It is asking, are you 30 years old? It's okay or cancel. No, I'm not 30 years old. Let's click on cancel. When I click on cancel, that is negative. That means false. How can I see that? True or false? Which option user has chosen? For that, assign a variable to this one. Let user input equals to. Now, whatever the option user is choosing, is it okay or cancel? Based on that, user input will get stored with either true or false. In order to understand whether this user input has been stored with true or false, we need to alert this user input here. Alert user input. Save. Refresh. Are you 30 years old? Of course, no. Say this. When I click on cancel, user input has been stored with false. So I just provided an alert statement here. So it is getting stored with false and it is displaying. Let's try this time with true. Refresh. Yes. Okay. Now see. True. So this is about how we can play around with alerts, prompts, and confirm in JavaScript. See you in the next video.